Hey everybody, this video is called What About the Remaining? And today we're going to continue our pass-through study here through the book of Joshua, looking at the 18th chapter, where we're going to look at the remaining tribes' inheritance. So Joshua 18 verse 1 through 3, it says, "Now the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh and set up the tabernacle of meeting there. And the land was subdued before them. But there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes, which had not yet received their inheritance. Then Joshua said to the children of Israel, How long will you neglect to go and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers has given you?" So Israel as a whole, having had their camp first at Gilgal, they converged to Shiloh for worship at the tabernacle. And Shiloh was approximately 9 miles north of Bethel and 20 miles north of Jerusalem. It remained the center point of spiritual attention, as you're going to see in our next study, Lord willing, when we move in the book of Judges, chapter 18, verse 31, and then later 1 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 3, which the plan right now is to study 1 Samuel later in the fall. And due to Israel's sin, God would later let the Philistines devastate Israel at Shiloh and capture the ark, and we'll see that in 1 Samuel chapter 4. And he would later use Shiloh as an example of judgment under the prophet Jeremiah in Jeremiah 7:12. In Joshua, he encourages the remaining tribes to possess their land. In verse 4 through 8, it says, "Pick out from among you 3 men for each tribe, and I will send them. They will rise and go through the land, survey it according to their inheritance, and come back to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall remain in their territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall remain in their territory on the north. You shall therefore survey the land in 7 parts, and bring this survey here to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. But the Levites have no part among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad, Reuben, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan on the east, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them." Then the men arose to go away, and Joshua charged those who went to survey the land, saying, "Go, walk through the land, survey it, and come back to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord at Shiloh." So we see that Joshua is instructing the survey party to go out and to assess the land, that it may be divided among the 7 remaining tribes here. In verse 9 and 10, "So the men went and passed through the land and wrote the survey in a book in 7 parts by cities, and they came to Joshua at the camp of Shiloh. Then Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord, and there Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions." So the successful survey party, they return, and we see that Joshua now casts lots to determine which tribe would receive the land. And in the next chapter, you're going to see the high priest Eleazar served him, and he seeks God's will by casting lots. And you're going to find casting lots in different spots in the Old Testament. And this wasn't some act of chance. This isn't me, taking a coin, being like, all right, if it's heads, this is, God's will. If it's tails, it's not. This was a specially divine thing. And it was a means that God used at these specific time periods to reveal his will. And you even see it stated in the book of Proverbs 16 verse 33 about the casting of lots. And so verse 11 through 28, the remaining of the chapter, it says, "Now the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families, and the territory of their lot came out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And the border on the north side began at the Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north, and went up through the mountains westward. It ended at the wilderness of Beth Aven. The border went over from there toward Luz to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and the border descended to Artaroth Adar, near the hill that lies on the south side of the lower Beth Horon. Then the border extended around the west side to the south, from the hill that lies before Beth Horon, southward, and it ended at Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west side. The south side began at the end of Kirjath Jearim, and the border extended on the west and went out to the spring of the waters of Naphtali. Then the border came down to the end of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is in the valley of the Rephaim on the north, descended to the valley of Hinnom to the side of the Jebusite city on the south, and descended to En Rogel. And it went around from the north, went out from En Shemesh, and extended toward Galiloth, which is before the ascent of Adonam, and descended to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. And then it passed along toward the north side of Arabah, and went down to Arabah. And the border passed along to the north side of Beth Hoglah. Then the border ended at the north bay at the Salt Sea, at the south end of the Jordan. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan was its border on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to the boundaries, to its boundaries all around, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beth Hoglah, and Mech-Keziz, Beth Arabah, Zemaraim, Bethel, Avim, Parah, Ophrah, Saphar, Hemoni, Ophni, and Gaba. 12 cities with their villages: Gibeon, Ramah, Beroth, Mizpah, Chephirah, Mozah, Rechem, Erpeel, Teralah, Zelah, Eleph, Zebus, which is Jerusalem, Gebeth, and Kirjath. 14 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. So we see this inheritance lay between Judah's and Ephraim's, and it embraces Jerusalem. And these were the boundaries and the cities of the tribe of Benjamin. And so that's going to wrap up this chapter. As I've said, chapters 14 through pretty much chapter 19, it's going to be more just descriptions and names. But we are finally 3/4 of the way through our study in Joshua, and we'll see you tomorrow as we're going to take a little break from Joshua. We're going to do a standalone topical Saturday video, and that will be announced tomorrow. So I hope you have a great weekend up ahead. God bless.